Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Demigodest YouTube channel. If you're new, please make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video from me, as I do drop multiple times a week for you guys. We are going to go ahead and talk about whew, my birthday was it officially a week ago? Yeah, it was a little bit over a week ago. Welcome to all the Sagittarius. We are in Sag season. I am a November Sagittarius. I did tell you guys for the longest. I know most of November I was traveling and I really wasn't posting, and I told you guys I was going on a trip, going out of the country. I did go to the Dominican Republic. I went to Cancun, Mexico, and I went to the Grand Bahamas, and then I closed it off with visiting family and growing relationships with my family that's located in Texas. I've never been to Texas, so that was my first time actually going there. I really enjoyed it, really liked it. Texas is actually a state that I am considering moving to after Oregon. I possibly may move back to California for a little bit, but I eventually want to. It's up there for me to experience. It's one of the states that I am keeping my eye out on, as far as moving to, and then I have family there, so yeah, that I vibe with. So yeah. I wanted to do this vlog, so this is kind of like a birthday reflection slash vlog. I know since I've been sharing my life, I guess it went from the podcast to sometimes I will post on my Instagram, and I started doing it on my YouTube. So I thought, why not share with you guys what happened to me for year 33. So I turned 34. I will not be telling my age anymore after that. That's something I promised myself. If it slips up, it slips up, but I will not be telling my age after that. It's not that I'm ashamed of it. It's just, first of all, I don't even really look my age. But secondly, I just don't want to say it anymore. If you're a true follower, you're gonna know. But anyways, before we get too into it, I need y'all to hit that like button for me. Okay, so year 33, they say if you are religious, that is your Jesus year. Let me tell y'all something, baby. Let me be very careful with my words because I don't want to get struck down by Lord Almighty. Year 33 was literally about learning lessons and a reality check for me. Um, I'm just gonna be honest. Year 33, oh God, I'm trying to be a better person. I don't want to be pessimistic. Year 33, I learned a lot of things, but I also was traumatized. Also, the good Lord put me through situations and whooped my butt because I put myself in situations. Like the good Lord gave me an opportunity here. Take the red pill or the blue pill. And my dumb self continued to take the red pill, and just was a mess. Okay, that's a reference for all my matrix lovers. Um, so let's go ahead. I guess I'm gonna start off with I'm gonna say something that I learned and then something positive based off of that. So we're gonna do 33 things. Um, so number one, I think was the most important thing that that I learned um that I learned for 33 years being on the planet. Number one is that I do need to build a bigger community around me, and that everyone in your life is, how do I say this? Just because you know someone forever doesn't mean that that person is still the same way that you know them as. I lost a couple people during this year. Some people that I barely met, some people that I've known since I was a child that I probably will never reconcile with because for whatever the reason, I don't want to go into detail about it. We just don't see eye to eye. We have outgrown each other. Um That's all I'm gonna say on that, you know. Anyway, so that's number one. So that was my lesson learned, and that also was my positive thing as well. So number two, I would say would be the biggest thing for me, and it kind of goes with number one is when I broke my leg. I broke my leg. I fractured my tibia and fibula, if that's how you say it. I'm gonna see if I actually could pull up pictures so you guys could see how extensive this break was. I really don't be knowing how this album be. I don't understand why my stuff do not be, it don't be syncing up like it does. This computer does not be syncing up like it does with other things. So what I'm going to do is, since I don't have the green screen on, I can show you guys straight from my album. And by the way, whoever in Apple told them to do this whack ass update, it is just a mess. I do not like it. So this is the X-ray. Oh, I gotta make sure I don't show y'all my at where I was. Okay. So this is an X-ray. I broke my tibia and my fibula. I can't remember which one is which one, but this is your balancing bone, this big one right here. So I broke it towards the ankle, and then this one right here, they didn't really do anything for it. So what happened to me is I fell down my apartment stairs. Literally, it was like the last three steps. I was trying to jump the trash, and I literally my so I was carrying the trash bag in my right hand. The trash bag, I guess, everything happened so fast, by the way. The trash bag, I guess, hit the right leg because I broke my right leg, and the stairs are open concrete stairs. So my leg got pushed underneath the stairs, and all of my body weight, the force of the concrete and everything, when I went this way, snapped both of those bones. So that is what happened to me. Um, it's interesting. Some people, they question if there's a higher being, or, if you have spirit guides, angels, whatever. I don't know what it was, who it was, whatever. Something had told me before I went out to dump the trash to take my cell phone. And normally, sometimes I take my cell phone to the trash with me. Sometimes I don't. I'm like, why? Like, I'm just dumping the trash. I'm coming back in my place. No, but something, I literally started to walk halfway out my door. This was before I broke my leg. And then, no, something told me to grab my phone. So I grabbed my phone. Luckily, I grabbed my phone because when I was downstairs, because I thought I just fell. I didn't think that I broke anything. And then I tried to move my leg, and I was like, oh my God. I cannot, like, no, I broke something or I sprained something. At that point, I didn't think I broke anything because none of my bones punctured me. Like, they didn't come out of my skin or anything like that. So I thought, oh, I may have sprung something, which is, I would prefer a sprain over a break, but neither here or there. So thank God I bought my phone because I was yelling for help. Ain't nobody opened their apartment door. Nobody opened their apartment door whatsoever. So I don't know if people were deliberately, they couldn't hear me, or they were being nasty. I don't know what it was. But everybody came outside when that ambulance came. But you can't tell me. And on top of that too, these apartments is not insulated properly. So you could literally hear when people's walking, you could hear sometimes people talking. So you can't tell me you couldn't hear me outside, but it is what it is. So anyways, I end up calling the ambulance, and then, it just goes from there. But as a result, I hope this doesn't gross you guys out, but this is the healing process. This is when okay, so they put this is after they did surgery. So I had a splint. They literally, after the splint, they took that off. I was in a boot. And after the boot, when they took the splint off, this is what it looked like. That's what it looked like. Yeah, it was a lot of, it was just bad. So I went from a splint to a boot to a walker to a cane. So that's what happened. And the healing process was gruesome. So this right here, what you see, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. This right here, what you see, I had kind of like of allergic reaction to whatever they did on the surgery. So that's what you see, these bumps. Then bumps was filled with fluid. Um, I had stitches. They had to take the stitches out. Oh my God, it hurt so bad. Um, I think the doctor allegedly was aggressive, just based off of the second opinion I got. And this was the healing stages. Oh my God. So I'm just giving y'all a warning. That's what it looked like. And every day, what I did was I put I'm not sure if I started off with alcohol first or hydrogen peroxide because I was worried it was going to get infected. So all that brown stuff that you guys saw, that actually is glue. He didn't stitch me up on that point. He stitched me on my ankle and then a little bit at the top of my foot. Other than that, I didn't have stitches. He literally glued it, used the surgical glue. Um, so I was worried it's gonna get infected because I'm like, oh my God, and the cut is so big. I don't want anything amputated or anything like that. So I was just on it like every day, every day, every day. And this was like progress because I did start scratching. I did pop all them red bumps because I'm just gonna let y'all know I am a digger. It is what it is. So this is the process of it starting to heal. And then it gets a little bit better, starts to get a little bit better. Okay. And then from there, you guys, it goes to this. Okay. So pretty much cleared up. And then, so you guys could see, this is what's inside of me now. I have a plate and a whole bunch of screws in my leg. That was a lot. I realized that I cannot do everything by myself because I'm not going to lie, I did not want to go home. I was going to try to take care of myself um, with one leg by myself. Don't get me wrong, my coworkers did help me during the process here and there, but it just became too much. I did have a couple of friends. One of them, I'm not friends with them anymore. The other one is still very active in my life. Shout out to Kayla. Um, but my mom was like, "You need to come home. You need to come home." And I live on the second floor. So my apartment did offer me to move to a lower unit. And the people downstairs were very inconsiderate due to, me breaking my leg. Like, it's an inconvenience for me, just like it's an inconvenience for you who wants to have metal in their leg, who wants to not walk, have to relearn how to walk, etc. And they would just do a little bit annoying things like bang on the wall or whatever. I can't help it that I have to use a walker, baby. I can't help it. Um, Trust me, if I could, I will make it so you can't hear me. So, just a little bit of compassion would have went a long way. So, but I started to get annoyed with them at the end, and I started banging back like, "Look here, we're not going to do that." Okay, so that's number two. So number three, I would say, um, I'm just appreciative of my family and friends that helped me along the process. Rather it was emotional support or physical support or even financial support. And also to my job. Well, at first they were trying to play me, but at the end of the day, they were very considerate at the end of the day, and allowed me to work remote. So fully remote, even though my job is primarily remote, but we do have times when we do have to travel and we do have to go into the field. So shout out to them. They were being very considerate as well. So that's what I have. I don't really have anything negative for number three. For number four, I would say the biggest lesson is stop pouring into people that don't see the greatness in themselves. Because I did get in a relationship and I still care for that person dearly. But also too, I learned to never date someone younger than me. That was the first time I dated someone that was 10 years younger than me. Disaster. I will never do that again. It's nothing against them. It's just not my cup of tea. It's just a lot of growing up they have to do. Um and just that age group. So I'm not talking about that person in general, just that age group. And yeah, I wouldn't do that. So that was a lesson learned, and that was it. Number five is staying true to yourself and really honoring and loving yourself and seeing the best in you. I would say would be number five for me. Number six would be building a spiritual relationship in whatever entity you believe in, rather it's God, rather, you are into African spirituality or Caribbean spirituality or whatever kind of spirituality you are into. You're Christian, you're Catholic, you're Methodist, Baptist, whatever you are, okay? Seventh-day Adventist, whatever you are, Mormon. But find a spiritual practice that works for you, okay? And incorporate that. Number seven, I would say is I need to lose weight. Okay. I'm kind of disappointed in how I let myself go and let the weight creep up on me because most of my life I have been in shape, but the last, I would say maybe 8 years, I have been a disaster. So that is something that I did notice. Number eight will be stop being so judgmental to people. Let open up a little bit more. Stop being so reserved and being an introvert. Because I am an extreme introvert. I do suffer from social anxiety, although I'm a lot better compared to have I been in years, but I still have a long way to go. So that is something that I definitely learned. Number nine, stop spending money you don't really have. Don't be putting stuff on your credit cards because it adds up. Okay. That's number nine. That was a lesson I learned. Number 10 would be what would be number 10? Oh, fully allowing yourself to grieve things and people and situations and allow yourself to experience those emotions and whatever it is. Go for that, do that. Um, because the more you suppress it, the more it's going to come up in different ways and not be in a good positive manner. So that's something that I would say is a positive and also a lesson at the same time. Number 11 would be have fun. Really find people that you resonate with, that you could do things with, that you could vibe with. People that you Sorry, resonate. I just want to make sure y'all can hear that. That you could vibe with, that you could resonate with. That's very important. Especially, this journey called life. So number 12, what would number 12 be for me? Allow your allow yourself the space and the grace to really have like time to meditate, time to self-reflect. That's something that I learned the 33 years of my life. That's something that I think that anyone could apply on because I'm a person that's always staying busy. Even when I'm feeling like I'm not busy, I'm always have my phone in my hand or I'm writing or I'm doing something. Yeah, that's definitely something. Number 13, my favorite number. Um, I would I would say honor the people that love you. Let them know that you love them. Um, don't let them second guess or be unsure. Let them know because you never know if that's the last time you're going to speak to them. You don't know if that's the last time you're going to see them. Like, For real, let people know that you love them, like, and show up for them. So that's something that I learned too. Number 14, and forgive me because I can't remember everything that I said prior to 14, but number 14 is mm, stop making excuses for people. If somebody is a crappy person, they're a crappy person. If they stop holding on to memories of people from like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, even a year ago. Believe people when they show up. Believe people on who they claim they are, who they say they are, how they act. Really pay attention to people's actions. That is something that I learned to really like observe people a little bit more. Stop using titles a little bit too loosely. Okay. Number 15 is something that I learned, and I feel like this is something I continuously have to work on. It's just like loving myself, putting myself first, saying no to people, situations, things, standing up for myself, but standing up in a manner where it is receptive. I guess in the past years, I have stood up for myself. It may not have been in the best manner. Maybe my tone was wrong. Maybe my delivery was wrong. Maybe it was the wrong place, wrong timing. But really, just I learned how to really, okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till it's you and me. I'm gonna wait till we don't have an audience, and I'm going to express my feelings or express myself in a manner that is receptive, and you can understand where I'm coming from. I'm not asking you to agree with what I'm saying, but I am asking you to understand where I'm coming from. Okay. Um, Also too, the flip side of that is not saying nothing at all. Sometimes people aren't even worth you saying anything at all to them or towards them. So that's something that I learned too, and that's something positive too. Number 16, and again, I'm just going off of my head. So number 16 I would say is I need to really think of, like really get on my business when it comes to my retirement, when it comes to if something should happen to me, who's going to take care of my cat? Because I don't have any kids as of yet. And even when I get to the point of having kids, making sure my kids is set up for life. So that's something that I learned that I need to start thinking of and setting a plan aside for. Yeah. Number 17, I would say would be working on my consistency when it comes to showing up for myself and just passions, and bringing my passions to life a little bit more. That's something that I definitely will say that I've learned and I've worked on, and also is a positive thing too. It's never negative to work on yourself. It's never negative to really highlight the things that you're really good at, that you're passionate about, and not being ashamed about it as well. Number 19, I would say would be get back on my crystal game. And I did when I went to the DR. I bought this beautiful, beautiful crystal, and get to wearing my crystals because I notice when I am on my crystal tip and I am really like leveled out and I program my crystals, my life seems to be a little bit more smoother opposed to when I am not on that program. Okay. So number 20 would be research investments. And I kind of went to one of the previous ones, what, 17 or 18? But research investments, like get a little bit more into investing. I'm not saying that I haven't invested because I have. I just would like to gain more knowledge when it comes to, what's the hottest thing? How can I generate generational wealth? Um, how can I make smart business moves that are financially lucrative? So that's something that I thought about. And I learned. So 2021, I learned to, ooh, this is a tough one. This is a personal one. Don't give people access to your body unnecessarily. It does not feel good, at least for me, to do hookups, to sleep with people because I like them, and be in fantasy world about what their intentions are. Like, again, it kind of goes back to the previous, I don't know what number it was, but about, knowing people's intentions and things like that. I'm not saying I was sleeping around or anything, but I definitely did sleep with maybe one or two people that I probably shouldn't have slept with, because it was unnecessary. um I don't know, especially when you're a spiritual person, like that energy, that soul tie, like it's unnecessary. And I'm just at the place where I don't want to sleep with anyone that I don't see longevity in. And I would encourage anyone to get to that level, or at least find the worth in yourself to get to that level. Not trying to judge the people that like to sleep around, but if you like monogamy, and you find yourself, having people in your bed or in your life to warm up your bed in your life because you're lonely, trust me, baby, it's gonna eat you alive when you quiet, you all alone in your place. So it's just unworthy. Just stay celibate. So number 22, I would say, um what would I say for number 22? Number 22, I need more friends. If I'm being honest with you guys, like, I be lonely sometimes. Not desperate. That's two different things. But I would like to have a solid group of friends. And I notice the friendships that I do have, some of them, they have changed, and I think me and that friend, we haven't really had that conversation. And sometimes it really isn't a conversation and saying like the dynamic of this relationship has changed. But I realize I need to have people that are really into like the artsy lifestyle, because I either outgrown friends or the relationship has changed, maybe that outgrew me. So I would like people that can meet me where I'm at now. So I would love to have more genuine friendships like that. But one thing about me is I'm loyal. So if I cut you off, you really did something messed up to me. Okay. Number 23, heal that generational trauma, bro. Healing that generational trauma. I'm not gonna lie. I learned something that I did, and I'm not proud of it, and it's something that I'm probably gonna have to unpack. I hope I don't cry. Um, but hey, my channel is about being transparent. Guys, make sure you hit the like button for me. Um, One of the things that bothered me, I would say, after my uncle passed away. Did he pass away this year or last year? I think he passed away last year. It just made a year this year. So last year, yeah. But I realized there were situations that I had with elders, okay, because my uncle was my elder. Um, I noticed a common theme of something that I did to people that wanted to make amends to me. And I am a Sagittarius, it's a part of our zodiac sign being stubborn. But sometimes that stubbornness is not worth it, because you could suffer in silence, or you could be vocal about it. I wouldn't say guilt is the necessary word, but it does cross my mind time and time again with certain individuals that are no longer on this planet. I should have had that conversation when they wanted that conversation, but I wasn't ready. So that's something that I need to unpack. um Also too, maybe I was ready, maybe they came to me, they wanted to make amends or have a conversation or get on a path of healing, and I didn't feel safe, and I suggested ways for us to have a conversation so I could be safe. um and it never happened. So but I did realize that that is something, the 33 year 33 for me, I did notice, and I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore. If someone wants to have a conversation, even if I'm not ready, as long as I could, um, as long as I could be around that person and I can be civil, then I need to give that person the opportunity to say what they need to say, because they may say something that could completely knock my wall down, my boundaries down, and make me be open and vulnerable and receptive to what they have to say. And vice versa. I wouldn't want someone to, I'm trying to make amends with you and, you're refusing to do that, So that's something that it does bother me a little bit. I'm not even going to lie, trying to hold back the tears, but that is something that really is a very valuable lesson, because I'm like, damn, like this is like maybe the fourth time someone tried to do this. They're no longer here. It's like I can't have no. You can always talk to your ancestors, because at that point they are considered an ancestor. But there's nothing like actually talking in the flesh, soul to soul conversation. Um. So yeah, that's something that definitely that's a major one for me actually. So 24, I would say not letting anyone shit on you, bro. Not letting anyone shit on you, not let anyone put any limiting beliefs on you. Stand firm on whatever it is. But again, kind of going back to 23, making sure you allow space, okay, for any room of correction. Um, yeah, don't let nobody fucking shit on you, because that's something I learned too. 25. It's okay to be uncomfortable. So, in any type of situation, it's okay to be uncomfortable, but once it starts threatening your peace, that's when you need to go. Or that is when you need to reevaluate your situation. So, that's definitely something I learned. 26. What would 26 be? Mm. It kind of is going to go with, I don't know what number it is, but be very observant, because pay attention to the people that really applaud you, pay attention to the people that applaud you, but the minute, whatever the announcement is, whatever it is, they get to frowning, that person is a snake. Yeah, I definitely learned that. Okay. Not everybody that say, "Oh, I'm rooting for you," is actually rooting for you. Number 27 is, what can I say for 27? I'm trying to think back on here. Sometimes I feel like I said this. If I did, oh well. I feel like sometimes we have an idea or a perception of how we want our life to be. And God or the universe is like, but that's not the plan that I have for you. I think we need to learn how to listen more. So listening is important. This is another major one for me too, because sometimes the way God talks to you or spirit or whoever, they talk to you very subtle. And if you aren't paying attention, you're not taking the time to really like be in the present moment, you're going to miss those important, like clues and synchronicities. You're going to miss those. So, yeah. 28. Learn them family recipes, okay? Do not let them elders leave the planet and you do not know the family recipes, okay? Even if that means, You need to buy a recipe book. If they ain't filling out the recipe book, and yes, Nana, I'm talking about, yeah. If they're not filling out the recipe book, you know what? You just got to take it into your own hands and be like, I need that family gumbo recipe. I need to know how to make that stuffing. I need to know how to make that macaroni and cheese. I need to know how to make them turkey wings. I need to know how to make the ham. Yeah, get them dang family recipes, okay? Okay, now number 29. What am I going to say for number 29? I need to be a little bit mindful. So please allow me the space to really think, because we're getting close to 33. So I want these to be very, very meaningful. I don't want these to just be fly by night things. So number 29. Hit that like button for me, guys. Please. Can you hit that like button for me? Number 29. Honor your ancestors in whatever way you see fit. If that means going to the cemetery, he is full of crap. Anyways, if that means thank you. Sorry, I got a text message. That's the thing with Apple. You could definitely see it. That he totally just threw me off. What was I saying? Oh yeah, honor your ancestors. If that means going to the cemetery, spending time with them, flowers, if that means creating an altar in your home and your space, or just a familiar place, do that. Um, if that means eating somebody's favorite food that's no longer here on the planet, do that. Playing their music, smoking, drinking, whatever. Do that. As long as it's not harming you, do it. Really honor your ancestors, because sometimes we get into the habit of, just because somebody is no longer here in the flesh, that they're not here. And sometimes that's not true. Especially when you fall into like your spirituality and you tap into that, or if you have gifts, um you would know, and you could tap into those energies. Okay. That's something very important to me. Hold on just 1 second, because he over here lying and I don't like this. Give me 1 second. So that was 29, right? So 30. But give me 1 second, because I have to do this because he got me messed up. He over here lying. Shoot, I don't think I took a picture of it. I FaceTimed her. Maybe it's in my cousin's. Hold on. Yep, it is. See, that's why you always make sure you have your evidence. You full of shit, and then you gonna text me right before you gotta get off. This is what it looks like. Okay, sorry. Number 30. What am I gonna say for 30? Let's really think. Okay, this is something that I'm experiencing right now and kind of personal. I live a very comfortable life. I don't, I'm not in a position where I'm hurting for money. I'm not in a position where I have to worry about where I'm going to get my meal, how I'm going to eat. Um, I could buy almost what I want, everything that I want. Um, But there comes a time, when you think about the future, you want to invest. Maybe you have credit cards, whatever you get into. I'm a type of person, I am proactive and not reactive. So when I see there is a potential problem or I can see something down the road, I'm going to fix it. So don't get upset with yourself if you have to start over. Don't get upset if you have to go through that savings account. Don't get upset if you have to pull money out of that investment account. Don't get upset if you have to get a second job. Okay. Um, I didn't do any of those, minus I did just get a second job. So you guys may see me a little bit less because I will be tired. I will be double shifting some days. Um, but I have a goal, and I'm not the type of person to allow myself to get in trouble or have issues because I'm being irresponsible, or it may not be irresponsible. It may be like a lot of Americans right now, they're struggling. I live by myself. All my bills is by myself. Everything that I want to do is by myself. I don't have family to help me. I mean, if I absolutely needed help, I could ask my mom. But I don't do that. I'm not that type of person. I've been working since I was 15 years old with a work permit. Even before I was 15, I was hustling in the neighborhood, cleaning people houses, washing cars, asking them, can I reorganize their house, things like that. I was doing all of that, before I was 15 years old. I always had money. So that's not nothing for me. I am getting to the age I do not want to do no job or nothing that I really don't want to do. I'm tired because again, I've been working since I was legally able to, and even before that. So, yeah, if you have to get a second job, if that's going to make you feel comfortable, if that's going to allow you the space to, build a savings or put more in your investments accounts or think about your kids if you have kids, do that, and set a goal. Like me, I have a goal, like a year max, anything after a year, like it's just okay. I just love money. So that's just what it is. 31. Ooh, this is a major one for me and very important. Is 31, I would say allow people to love me. I think for the longest, I thought I knew what love was, and I had a very distorted version of love. And I always was, I'm not going to say all my relationships, I was like a giver in there, but I definitely loved hard. But also, too, there were some situations where I was the villain in a situation. I was not loving them properly. Um, but allowing people, romantic relationships, platonic relationships, family relationships, allowing people to actually love you and to show up for you, that is a beautiful feeling, a beautiful thing. And even if it makes you feel uncomfortable, allow it, because eventually it will feel comfortable and you'll love it, and then that will be reciprocated back out into the universe, and you will do that to people too. So that's important. So 32, what will be 32 for me? 32. What will be 32 for me? 32. What would I say? 'Why didn't I say this? This should have been like in the top 10. Take care of your health. I did talk about my weight before, right? But outside of that, take care of your overall health. Get them blood tests. Know your status. When it comes to, like what is your cholesterol? Um, what's your glucose level, things like that. What's your STD HIV status? Get those things taken care of, which I always do, but that's something that's very important to me. 33. Ooh, this is the final one too. 33. I'm not gonna lie, 33 whooped my motherfucking ass. Me being 33 years old whooped my ass. I was like, who did I cross? Who do I need to um carry on my back over the mountain? That's a reference on the movie Holes, by the way. If you guys seen the movie Holes, you know that family was cursed until he carried that ancestor of that boy over that mountain, and then the family wasn't cursed no more. I was like, who did I cross? I was getting my ass whooped left and right for age 33. Lesson after lesson after lesson after lesson. But I appreciate all the lessons. I appreciate all the lessons. It got to a point I was like, what? 33 was rough for me. I'm not even gonna lie. It was rougher than a mother effort. It was rough. But I wouldn't change anything about it. The only thing that I slightly would change is now, Lord, did you really have to allow me to break my leg? That's the only thing. But let me stop questioning God. Let me stop questioning God. Well, at least not to that magnitude. You know what I'm saying? Um, but overall, I'm extremely grateful that I am blessed to see another year. I'm excited for year 34. I don't know what it is about year 34, but I know when I felt like this before, and I think the last time I felt like this, I was 29, and 29 was like one of the best years ever. There is something about age 34 that is going to be beautiful. The year is going to be about, again, lessons, but these are going to be positive lessons. It's going to be about abundance. It's going to be about answered prayers that I have. It's going to be about evolving, forming connections, finally finding that tribe that I've yearned for the longest. Um, Deeper family connections, um, better health, and just being a very beautiful person inside and out, and being appreciated and valued with everyone I come across. Um, and just really being able to pour into others and they pour into me in a positive way, and being highlighted in a positive way, and being protected by all costs by the universe and my ancestors. So year 34, I just feel like it's going to be amazing. But yeah, this is everything that I could think of, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like the video, make sure you comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Sylvia, for the comment. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next year, but I won't be saying my age next year. Y'all sure already know. But I'll see you guys soon, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you.